Welcome to the Big Messy Bun, episode 36. You guys, I'm coming in hot, like super hot. Literally, I cannot believe something that I did last week. And I am here fessing it up. I'm sharing it with you guys today because it is so important that I start this podcast off with a message right here. Last week, episode 35. I believe I opened up with a little story, but then I went on to share an I am statement with you guys. I shared an I am fill in the blank statement. These fill in the blank statements, you guys, as we say them to ourselves, they can become our reality. And I cannot believe that it came out my mouth, but it did. When I learn this though, and thank you to an amazing friend, Tammy, who shared with me that we were on the phone today talking, chatting. We like to talk and walk. Today she walked and we both talked, but I was not walking today. But I want to share with you that she is such a good friend that she was able to share with me that last week I said more than once an I am statement. And I said, I am a procrastinator. And guess what? We do not want to label ourselves as anything because we are able to change. We can grow. We can evolve. So I am here to say I sometimes struggle with procrastination, but lots of times I don't. So why did I put that label on myself? And so we in this world, we want to start losing these labels that we put on ourselves. I like losing labels because we don't want to just be one thing, right? We want to be able to evolve and change and grow. Another one that I said, I believe in episode 1, I shared something along the lines, or I think I've shared it on several podcasts, that I can't sing. Well, I don't know. Maybe I can sing. I have been really trying, like I do at work and I do it in my classes. And I actually ripped a little Band-Aid off last week and I actually tried singing like 5 words or something like that. But I'm trying. So it's not that I can't. I haven't really put in the effort to try. Maybe I can. So those are the little things I wanted to open up with here today. The importance of not putting yourself in a box. Have you ever done that? Have you ever done that to yourself? I just did it last week and I'm like, oh my goodness, I can't believe that I did that. So I wanted to come out here today and just correct that right away. I wanted to get that off my chest because it's not something we want to do. My friend and I, we were chatting and we were saying how lots of times over the years I have said things like, I'm a chatterbox. I am this, I am that. I am a lot of things, and so are you. Have you ever had this one like, I know a lot of people that struggle with, sometimes we have anxiety, we have moments of it. I got really terrible issues with it during my early perimenopause, late perimenopause. And I didn't want to become my anxiety, right? We wanted to work through it and get ourselves through it. But if I continue to call myself, I have this, I am that, then we sort of put ourselves in that label. So we want to rip the label and get rid of that. So I wanted to share that. Now, today's episode is about friendship, community, connection, and finding the people that you need in your world, in your bubble, to make your life feel a little bit more like you're not alone. So last week, this is going to start with a little story from my work. I have a gentleman in my building that I work with that he underwent a major surgery, and so he's unable to attend a lot of our activities. Well, at the end of the day, end of my shift the other day, I went to go see how he was doing and just give him my best. And as I was visiting him, a friend of his knocked on the door, and they were connecting over an activity they bond over. Them and a few others have a little group that they play a game, and they were having an annual little party, a celebration that this group has been formed for a couple of years now. Well, they were having a get together, and the gentleman who just had surgery was unable to go. But his friend came along and shared with him that they were going to bring the dinner to him, even though he couldn't participate in the party. They wanted him to be included. And after they had their discussion, I was still present. And once the friend left, I I continued to chat with the gentleman that had had the surgery, and I just said, "That's beautiful that you have these folks in your life." And he said this to me. He says, "Katey, when you get older, and sometimes we lose our spouses, our children grow, and they go off and they have their lives." He goes, "It's been really important for me to make friends here and make it a priority. Like, they work at this." These are men in their 80s, you guys. Like, these are people in their 80s, and they're checking on each other and connecting weekly, and they have meals together, and they talk and they share, and they're able to do these things. And this is a real key part of getting through. I know a lot of you listening right now, you have children that are heading off to university. You have children that maybe are my age and grown and flown and gone. And it was so hard that first little while. It's so hard to figure out your new identity, as you're still a mom, you're still a parent, but they no longer need you every day. And this is the time of year where it can feel like, holy shitballs, like, who am I now? Like, what am I doing now? Maybe you are a mama of kids that are school age, and that transition just to that is a big change for you and your family. Whatever it is, I have felt over the years, I'm so grateful for my friend connections that I have and the community that I created. I created an online community a few years back, and it has been so great, not only for my health and my well-being, but for the people that attend. So just last week, I was running a class, and I had a young girl who's in her early 20s, and she's heading back to university this fall. Well, her boyfriend, he has a career elsewhere, or goes to school elsewhere. So she was sharing that she's like so happy that she's in our community again, because she's going to be able to lean in and get the support and stay active. And this is something I shared with her, and I'm going to share with you guys because I thought it was valuable, and I think it could help any of you that are going through a challenging time, no matter what it is. And health and wellness is my jam. It truly is, and it has been for a long time. So when people come to my class and they're going through something that's challenging, stressful to them, I often will say this: for the time that you're at class, while you're here, while you're exercising with us, for that 45 minutes or an hour, once you get through that warm up and you start the workout, you are now so busy listening to what's next, what's coming, what am I lifting, how am I doing, do I need to drink water, do I need to breathe, what am I doing? All of that takes over, and then you're busy, then you're going. You're not thinking about the problem. You're not thinking about how much you miss somebody. You're not thinking about all the other things that you might have to be doing. For that hour, you are resetting, and you are giving your body the gift of movement. You're also connecting. In our class, we connect. We have discussion group after. It's just a great little community that we've created. And she was just saying how she was really anxious, looking towards the new year starting. Well, we call it the new year. September's like the new year, right? Like, for so many of us, it's like the new year, the new school year starting, new university starting. September is like the second new year of the year. And so she's so excited and ready now. She's still going to miss her guy, but she's going to be able to lean into these things. And here's the other thing. It's normal to miss people. Of course, I miss my kids. I just was chatting with Jack today, and I told him how much I miss him. I also shared with him, though, how well I'm doing, and he was so reassured. I told him, "Jack, you don't have to worry about mom. Like, I've got this life of mine going. It feels great." And let me tell you, it feels good to be able to say that. And it took some time. I just made a social media post and it's about the relationship that you have with yourself. All right. So we are going to lean into a few things here. We're going to lean into, well, I'm going to just nail it right here. 5 years ago, I was completely broke and broken. And the things that I did back then are still the things that I do now in order to get myself back on my feet and feeling happy, joyful, and successful. I had to learn to deeply love myself, respect myself, and care for myself by myself. I know, right? So much. But going back to the community, back to friendship, back to that, I was able to, you can be alone in your journey, but have those friendships, have those people along the path with you to help you, to listen, to talk, to vent, to share. Sometimes you just need to vent out some stuff and then you're like, okay, I can keep going again. But when it comes to the real work on yourself comes from you. There is no flipping way that we can let anyone do that for us. And if they are doing it for you, and let's say for some reason that person is gone, then what? So we want to establish a real strong sense of love, respect, and care for yourself. I've often said this, that you are in the relationship with yourself the longest. The longest. You and you, right? The whole life is you have to live with you the longest. So you want to love her. I say this often in my classes. You got to love her. Love her now. Love her before you reach a goal. Love her before you find a man. Love her before you get the job. Love and respect her. What do you need to do to respect her? Do you need to set boundaries? Do you need to create a health plan for yourself? Do you need to get your finances under control? I don't know. Those are some of the things I had to do. And when I started chipping away, and guess what I used to say? I used to say this because somebody said it about me, and I took it on as truth. Somebody once said, Katey, you're terrible with money. I thought, I guess I'm bad with money. No, I'm not. I'm actually really great. I'm great at earning it, and I'm great at doing the right things with it. I am that. Okay, so when you're using an I am statement, let's just be clear. If you're talking about yourself in a good way, I am yourself. I am. Do it up, right? Yes. But if you're using an I am statement and it's got a negative connotation to it, let that shit go. Let it go. So back to the relationship with yourself and the relationship with others. When you get to that deep place of respect, deep love for yourself, and caring on a regular, continual basis, that consistency piece, when that is strong and flourishing, all the relationships in your life will improve. Your work relationships, your family relationships, your partner relationships, the way you the way you operate in public. Like, how are you when you're in a lineup at the grocery store? Like, are you feisty and frustrated all the time? Or are you like, pretty chill, like whatevs, like let's just get through the lineup? Where are you at? And when you do these things for yourself on a continual basis, you start to show up better for all of the people. Even your animals, you show up better for your animals when you're doing all of the things. So these things don't happen overnight, but they happen over time. And so this is kind of one of those podcasts where I want to share with you, you're stronger and more powerful than you believe. You have been knocked down sometimes. I get it. So have I. And sometimes we've got to push ourselves up and out of bed some days and get going and get one more day under your belt and keep going. And other days you're cruising, and that's just the way it is. The video I shared on my social media last week was me doing some push-ups. Yep, I was out walking Charlie and I just peeled off and saw this great sunset and this little pillar. So I decided to jump up on it and do some push-ups. And I was like, oh my God, I hadn't done these push-ups like this in so long. I used to love doing push-ups. I used to find random places. It was like my goal to find the most random place I could go to do some push-ups. Well, I spotted this place and I was alone. So I put my sweater down, propped up my phone, used it as a phone stand and just hit record. And then I found the sound that went so perfectly for those push-ups. So push-ups to me, yes, they're athletic. Yes, they're a sign of being strong. Yes, they're an exercise, but there's so much more than that. A push-up is a sign that if you can fall down flat on your face and push yourself up and get up, you can do it at a push-up and you can do it in life. I teach push-up. Oh my God, I almost said I teach push-ups. Well, we do talk about that sometimes too at class. Oh my God, I am blushing. If you are on the video, you will see my cheeks going bright red because I just about said push-ups. But push-ups, guys, get your head back in the game here. I'm talking about push-ups, and we do them at every class I teach. We do. Yep, we do. So if you are like, Katey, you're nuts. Well, a little bit sometimes, but I like to relate what I'm doing in my workouts to life. It helps connect the two because they are connected. All right. Now, one more tip and just something I want to share with you about connection. Fall is coming. Yep, I said it. I know. I'm not jinxing things here, guys. It's a fact. And I want to share with you that if you're like, I want some community around me. I want to get stronger. I want to respect my body and care for it and love the shit out of it. I'm going to join her classes. So we have a friendship voucher going out right now. And if anybody wants to give this class a try for free, you can. All you have to do is shoot me a message. It's so freaking simple. That's it. No strings attached. I just want you to come try it. I do. Now, you know how I feel about one-timers, right? Because sometimes you don't know workout-wise if it's going to be a thing for you, but you will get my vibe. You will feel if this is a vibe that you're after. Okay, one more story about vibe. This was funny. Last week, I was at work. Was it last week? Did I tell this on the other podcast? Oh, frig it. I don't care. I'm going to repeat it because it's freaking funny. When did I say this? So my young coworker that I work with, did I say it last week? Anyway, I'm going to repeat it. I may be a repeater sometimes. So last week I was at work and my coworker, my 20-year-old coworker, she says to me, Katey, since you're a grandma, and like, how's your intuition? Like, do you feel like you got a stronger intuition because you're a grandma? And this was my response to her. I said to her, you know what? I'm pretty good at like detecting vibe on a person. Like, you know, I'm pretty good at reading the vibe. So like, I'm kind of like a vibe reader. And the way I said it sounded like vibrator. Anyhow, it was so freaking funny. It might have been one of those had to be theirs, but I hope that made you laugh. I really do. But we are wrapping things up here. It is episode 36 of the Big Messy Bun. Share this with a friend. Yep. And really be careful of those I am statements. I'm so grateful to you, Tammy, for pointing that one out to me because I definitely missed it. I totally blew through that one and totally missed it. So thank you. You guys, we need friends like that in our lives to kind of like call us on some shit sometimes. So thank you. I will see you guys next week on the Big Messy Bun. Oh, my hair is down today. If you watch the video, go check it out. Dang it. How did I do this? I minimized my screen like it's not big enough and I lose my pause button and my stop button, but here it is.